What's going on, people? Fame Sam here from level1gaming.com, and congratulations, you guys leveled up to 126. This is the Double XP podcast. We do have a new guest with us today who I cannot wait to introduce. I'm so happy she came and rocked with us today. We have a lot of news to cover. Today I will re-reveal the X branding on my chest because it is one of those days, one of those weeks. Some great news out of the world of Microsoft. We're going to talk about what happened. Talk about some rumors, talk about some conspiracies, and we're going to talk all things gaming. We're going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to start off with the man to my right, the man with the clamps, Citizen Snips. Kevin, you're muted.
Nice.
That was intentional. I was
Nice.
I was checking to see if you guys were paying
it.
attention, so good on you. All right, nice. Well done, everybody. You couldn't hear the claws, but you could still see them. That's what matters. I don't think I was here last week, so it feels like it's been a minute, even though it hasn't really been that long. But yeah, man, I'm excited. Xbox doing big things. We finally have like pricing and stuff from Sony, and so it's good times in the gaming world. I feel like I'm ready.
Next up, my right hand, man, the floor hugger with the hard R.
What's up, y'all? We're still going with that joke.
Yep.
Okay. Glad to be here. Glad our guest is here. She's just awesome and such a sweetheart. Oh, God. And I'm glad to talk about this news because I got some theories and I got some opinions. I know some of y'all won't like it, but too bad you're going to listen to them anyway. But let's just get into it.
Next up, DALLAZ. Man.
Wait, hold up. This is Dallas. This is Dallas, man. I'm not saying we're the same person. I'm just saying you haven't ever seen us both in the same room.
That's for right now.
God.
I'm ready to get it going.
Next up.
Yeah.
Oh, no, go ahead. I'm sorry. I thought you was done.
No, I was only just gonna say let's get it. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Yes, sir. Next up, the man with the greatest mantra of all time. You got to be to something to do something. Half man, half God. Demigod Reviews.
What's going on, everybody? Glad to be on today's show. Had to miss last week's show to some reasons, but I'm here today. Also, still a little bit teary-eyed because I couldn't get a pre-order, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Let's talk about games today. I'm out of wine, so I gotta do it fresh.
You out of wine? Oh man! But you got the women though, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You know, Optimus Code said you used to owe him some women and wine because you didn't bring either one to that one show he was on.
Listen. I ran out of wine that day, but I got the barefoot on deck.
Man, you gonna give me COVID
Okay,
again?
We're not trying to kill the man.
Oh my God! Next up,
Hey, why the first dog in that meme look like Cardi B?
That takes a whole WAP meaning to the next level.
oh
man.
my God! Next up, Spartan 117, Halo to the King. What's up, Chief?
What's going on, everybody? Wasn't here last week. We had a big panel, but I'm here this week, and it's been a crazy, crazy week for Xbox. So there will be no Xbox slander on this podcast today. So let's jump right into these topics.
Last but certainly not least, we do have a guest with us today. She agreed to come on and talk with us. Now, we do have a running joke that most people do not come back and play with us after the first time, so we hope to see you again.
Oh,
I don't think she needs an introduction. I don't think she needs an introduction. Miss Click, welcome to the WSP podcast. How are you today?
Hello, I'm doing fantastic. How are you guys?
We are awesome. Now, one thing we like to do when we have guests on for the first time is we like to ask them a little bit about themselves. So, if you can, tell us and your audience listen about you, how you got into gaming, things that you're into, or your Twitch and everything like that. Tell us about yourself. Who is Miss Click?
That's a loaded question. I've pretty much been gaming my whole life. I started out, like, my parents are both older, so they refused to buy home consoles because they were on the arcade generation. They would take us to arcades. I grew up, with my parents' favorite cabinets. Like that was their thing. So when we became older and home consoles were more accepted by the other families in the neighborhood, they're like, all right, we'll cave. So my first console ended up being a Nintendo GameCube that I personally owned. So I was behind a generation already, in my personal opinion. But ever since then, it was just like my love for games took off. And then obviously, I don't know. There's just so many games out in the world nowadays. I feel like your backlog is just immediately like stacked on with hundreds of games because you grew up with one specific console. If you were lucky or privileged enough, you had several consoles growing up. But dude, I have so many games that I'm still trying to work through, and I love being able to do Let's Plays games with people and stream. My experience with them, because a lot of people they grow up playing a lot of these games, or if it's a new game, we get to experience it all around the same time. So I think that's one of the main draws for me with streaming is just, if you're playing games, you might as well just stream it. If you're talking about games, you might as well stream it like we're doing here. And it's so cool to grow the community and to, I don't know, just throw everything out there and get your thoughts out online and create more discussion. Because we couldn't do that, even 10 years ago. Who would have thought we'd be where we are today? It's crazy.
So, and I know some people are extremely humble, and I get that sense from you. But in my eyes, you're someone who is extremely successful in the gaming industry. I really, really respect what you're doing. Here at Level 1 Gaming, the WSP podcast, I've always pushed how important the female voice is in gaming, and I want to push that out more and more. I have a 5-year-old daughter now who's really getting into video games, and so I really want to try to build something that shows, because studies show that majority of gamers now are women. And so if you had to put out something to someone who is striving to be, even where you are today, what kind of advice would you give that person? Not even just a woman, just anyone in general. What advice would you give that person?
Yeah. No, I think definitely it's easy to go with all the trends. It's easy to try to go with where everybody else is going. I think sometimes it's the smarter play to do the more unique thing, if that makes sense. Something that's more unique to you can stand out way more than just the popularity of going where everybody else goes. Not everybody in the streaming world, not everybody's going to be the next Ninja. Not everybody's going to be the next, I don't know, Myth. Those people are of a very small percentage. You are better off in your love for games, in your love for content creation or for streaming. Find things that you really love and build around that, because you're going to find quality over quantity is going to last longer in the end run. And it's also going to be better for you and your mental health and not feeling like you lost yourself along the way, if that makes sense. And, for gals too, it's there's kind of stereotypes that we kind of get fit into without even portraying that. And I think a lot of times it can get really frustrating constantly be putting in that stereotype. But now I just find it entertaining, where it's oh, you think I'm like that? Well, just wait, And then they either eat their words or they stick to their guns, and they're just going to be wrong. And that's fine. But, it's just, you got to be true to yourself, especially the internet. Again, it's really hard on your mental health. You gotta find your path and go with it. I don't know. That's my advice.
That's free advice. That's free advice to live by. Beautiful. I love it. Absolute level. We appreciate you having you with us today. For everyone who doesn't know, her handles will be on the screen, in the description, everywhere. So make sure you guys go follow her. We'll have her website linked in the description as well. Go support her.
Thank you.
I want you guys to support anyone that comes over here. We want you guys to support, because if they come on here, then they good people. They got a good soul, because we some heathens sometimes. So yeah, we gotta support the good ones.
That's
I don't
cute.
know what you're talking about.
Sometimes. Ooh, sometimes. Man, am I getting COVID again? What is going on? All right, I feel good.
Funny.
Good.
Now, the first time that wasn't COVID, that was karma.
Yeah.
Listen, I deleted.
Actually was.
I didn't delete that meme. I would never post that meme again because I don't want to get COVID again. So
Not saying it wasn't funny. I'm just saying.
yeah, how did y'all not get sick? Because all of y'all laughed. That's just as bad.
I don't know what
Putting
you're
it out
talking
there.
about.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I just do what I always do, and I just shake my head at y'all.
This is
all I
true.
got.
I mean,
Sorry.
a lie, Your Honor.
Sorry. So we're going to get started with the first topic of the day. So Microsoft decided, okay, well, you want to make a game a time exclusive? I'll just buy the studio. You want to say we have no games? I'll buy an entire publisher. And I'll buy that publisher's parent company. Microsoft did something that people like myself have been clamoring for them to do for the longest period of time. It's be the monster you have the capability of being. Microsoft, one of the richest companies in the world, can literally money whip everybody has a price. Everybody. If Microsoft came to us right now and said, XP is the official podcast of Xbox, better believe I'm going to have on a green hat, an Xbox shirt, all the above. I'm going to have a grill, green grill.
Oh, no.
They're not going to like my words, huh?
Oh, no, man.
Anywhere near $7 billion either. We're much cheaper. I promise.
He could came through with
Like,
Like
who is
6.5.
First of all, we going up. We running it up. We not cheaper. We're higher.
Yeah, ain't no.
Yep.
Get some claims. Come on.
Hey,
Jimmy
our-
speaks over himself.
our
I'll
podcast
gladly
works.
take that.
but
Our
listen,
podcast ain't got no bugs. It works. It'll be consistent.
Exactly.
no bugs like
8 million.
Bethesda.
8
8 million? 8 billion? Man,
8 billion.
man, listen.
Shut up,
Start a
zeros.
level 1 game in
Listen,
Civil War.
I would have sold y'all out for 8,000. Now I'm playing. I'm playing.
Crazy.
See, the crazy part is y'all think that was a joke.
800 would make me think about it.
So
Hey, give me $20 and we're good.
800 would be a new 3080. I mean, I like y'all.
hey, see
Not in Canada.
this
Oh man.
this by far this $7.5 billion purchase, right? And even if the amount of money is not even a thing, just the name ZeniMax, name Bethesda, right? This has to be the biggest acquisition we've ever seen in gaming, right? Period. Like can't think of anything that was this big. So I want to go around the panel and I want to get everyone's thoughts on this and its impact, not only on gaming but on Xbox and more importantly Xbox Game Pass. And Kevin, I want to start with you, Kevin.
So for Game Pass, it's huge. Assuming that like all of their legacy titles that are still compatible will be ported in and everything will be fine and dandy there, which would make sense, you would hope. So that's really great. I kind of like, don't get me wrong, this is really good news to me, but I feel like because we just got the latest Doom out, like before this was all announced, Fallout 76, we just got the latest Fallout before all this was announced. Like we're kind of missing a little bit. I feel like what's really going to make this as powerful as it can be is if in the next couple months they announce the next Elder Scrolls. Give me the next Elder Scrolls. You've shown me everything you can do with Skyrim. It's wonderful. It's great. I love it. Awesome. Give me the next part, please. Like we've been waiting for so long. And for that to be the announcement that really kicks off this partnership, I think that's what they need. Because just saying, hey, you get access to all these great games that we have made, it's like, I know, but we're in a new generation. I want new stuff. And so I want to see what new shiny things they're going to unveil for us. That's what I'm most excited about.
Ms. Click, what are your thoughts on this takeover, this purchase, this acquisition for not only for gaming, but for the Xbox brand in general?
I'm actually so happy. I was, and people, you know how the internet is. If you speak out for one company, not against another, you're a shill. But
Yep.
if you say something in a critique, you're a hater. You know, for me personally, people always ask, based on what we know, Xbox, you know, or PlayStation, if you had to buy one or the other. And I'm like, well, I know the exclusives are coming to PlayStation. I know that's guaranteed. The service is really cool for Xbox, but PlayStation was my thing. Xbox, Microsoft, I think they understood that the service is working for them. People have been talking very highly of it. You know, like Stadia, like yikes. Like they are like a shining example of service done right. You know what I mean? And kind of being the Netflix of gaming. But I think they did realize like, hey, exclusives are still going to be very powerful for a lot of people. And we need something to kind of rally behind, even if it's not exclusive just to the console and also to PC. Like, we're still making money either way. This is going to be big for us. And it's exactly what I was hoping the moves that Microsoft was going to make, even though, 2-3 years ago, we saw them acquire all of those developers, you know, and they were announcing at E3, like, all these acquisitions. Like, that's awesome. But what were we seeing from it? I think now that there's probably work in progress with all of those names. And now that we have something like Bethesda behind it, we already know what they can bring to the table. So this is exactly what they need to kind of help sell and push that they mean business, and they still want that competition. Like they're not completely just trying to aim out of a different field of service versus specific products. I'm very excited because I love competition. Like to me, I thrive off of seeing someone else be better than me and then me try to achieve higher. I love the fact that, you know, this is gonna be like a deciding factor for a lot of people, and especially with the price points of the different consoles right now. Like that S is looking real nice.
Looking mighty
and the fact
fine.
that, you know, it's like, dude, it was very good news. Like normally I'd be like, oh, that kind of, maybe that sucks, but dude, I'm all for it. Like I think it was a bold move, but that's like a drop in the bucket for them. They have so much money. Let's be honest. Like,
Yeah.
it only makes sense, you know? So overall, I'm stoked. It's really good. It's good.
Hugger, 7.5 billion. How much did this move the needle?
For Microsoft, like Miss Click said, this is a win. I'm excited. It also answers the question why we didn't see them buy. We saw them buy a whole bunch of studios, but I can guarantee you this deal was probably in the works way before that. This was probably 5-10 years ago. They started inking this deal with suggestions. Because, I mean, 7.5 billion is a lot of money. You're not going to ink a deal like that in 2 years. Especially with what ZeniMax and Bethesda went through with Fallout 76. They already knew what they were doing. Does it move to the bucket, the needle one way or another? I don't know. People are going to go to their consoles. I mean, I haven't played a Bethesda game unmodded that's not on PC in like since Morrowind, because they're just not good games. Don't hate me. Skyrim, I can recognize it. I love the game. It's just not good. We can accept that
How
nowadays.
dare you have an opinion?
I know, right? How dare I? But I think it'll be interesting because now we're like, well, why don't you buy this studio? Why don't you buy this studio? We know why they weren't. So now, like, hey, Microsoft, please go save BioWare from EA. Please, just go save them. Take them out.
Hey, they had their chance with BioWare, and they just like let them fly away.
Well, they weren't the Microsoft of today, though.
This is
back
true.
then. Microsoft today is a powerhouse. Is the big boys. People were talking about that maybe they're gonna be exclusive to PC and console. There's some games that just doesn't matter. Like we were talking about with Mortal Kombat, it's not gonna be exclusive. There's too much money to be made by having it on both. Is it gonna be timed? Maybe. I don't know. But it is nice to see them listening to us, and maybe now we'll get good quality Elder Scrolls games that don't have bugs 15 years into the future.
All right, let's not get our hopes up too.
I was like, wait, let me tamp that back down.
Now, see, before we go to the next person, I do want to talk about something you just said, Hug, about the exclusivity, right? We talked about this before with the potential Warner Brothers deal that ended up not being a thing, right? Some titles that Bethesda have, I wholeheartedly agree that they will be multi-plat or continue to be supported, right? However, when it comes to something like Starfield, the next Wolfenstein, the next Doom, you're about to see some gatekeeping. I'm sorry. Maybe the next Elder Scrolls, because it's a big, online MMO, stuff like that. Of course, it's like the Minecraft effect. But you're not gonna spend $7.5 billion and not gatekeep something. There's no way. And everything I'm hearing, Starfield, which ironically enough, we're hearing that Sony tried to pay for it to be a console exclusive. Starfield, I guarantee you, whatever that game actually is, will be exclusive to Xbox and PC. Dallas, as someone who just got on board with PC gaming and getting in touch with Xbox Game Pass, what does this deal mean for someone like you who's typically on PlayStation, but now you're in this mode like Game Pass value is just shooting through the roof?
Yeah, I'm starting to have a little difficulty walking these days. And I like that though. I dig it because I'll be floating around in like the big yellow Professor X wheelchair and not caring about nothing. But like in terms of what we were just talking about exclusivity, it'd be weird to have something like a fighting game that don't have Smash in the title be exclusive at any point. But seeing something like, and somebody gonna hate me for this, but seeing something like Starfield or something like the next Elder Scrolls be a timed exclusive would be a beautiful thing, because that competition would be nice.
It's
Like,
gonna
I need-
sell. Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to light that fire up under Sony. Like it's time. Like we can't have you getting PS3 levels of cocky no more ever again. And I can't have it. That being said, I see what you're saying about how rich Microsoft is, but I'm the last person to think that it would be about money, because if that was the case, then Stadia would be on top right now. But I am really, really interested to see what comes out of it. It's one of those things, just like Kevin, like Miss Click was saying, what you gonna do with it? Because like hearing about it, the possibilities, like think about this. We could get an Obsidian developed Fallout game again.
New Vegas.
That's
Vegas.
literally a possibility. New Vegas 2 or anything. It would be Fallout, literally a Fallout game developed by Obsidian, and I would trust them to. I don't care what they do with it. I don't care if the whole thing takes place in like, I don't know, Candyland. I'm down for it. The
Go
fact
on.
that we have go on, right. The fact that we have developers that we trust, or IPs that we trust rather, going into the hands of developers that we know are talented with a publisher, that or under a company that we know has the resources to make it see its full potential. That's a beautiful thing. And the fact that a good chunk of this could be on Game Pass and I could be playing it on my PC is even more beautiful.
Oh yeah, it's all gonna be there day one. The next Doom, the next Wolfenstein. I mean, it's all there day one. But Halo, I got a question for you. How do you feel about Doom Guy now being the face of Xbox instead of Master Chief? I'm playing. I'm joking.
No,
Possible.
you know what? With the way that Chief has been treated lately, and the way that Doom Guy or Doom Slayer has been, the last two Doom games being absolutely phenomenal, I am perfectly okay with him being the new face of Xbox.
Whoa. Okay.
Harsh, bro.
But honestly, what do you think about this transaction? Like what it does for the Xbox brand, the console, for gaming?
It's when you think like what was a year and a half ago, Xbox literally had like 5 studios.
6,
And
I believe.
in a very short, it was a short amount of time, they've now grown to 25 studios. That is a huge investment in what they're trying to build. I was actually really like, when I woke up and I saw my phone, it was talking about like Bethesda being bought by Microsoft. I thought it was just like another Foxy rumor.
Oh, tweet like Foxy.
But yeah, but I honestly, I think it's going to, obviously they're going to bring all of their, their games as a service games like ESO and Fallout. Those are going to do really good on Game Pass. I think they're probably going to bring the Wolfenstein games, the Doom games, stuff like that. But as far as future games go, I agree with what you said. I do think they need to lock down something to kind of really, make this deal more impactful. Like I think it should be probably Starfield. Obviously, I don't think the Elder Scrolls game is going to be. There's just too much. It's too big of a name to keep off of other platforms. Like they could probably make more money by not keeping it on other platforms, because either way it's going to make money in the end. But they definitely do need to lock down something to have as their own. But even just without that, without actually speaking on that, having all of Bethesda's game, like the Arcane Studios, the ID Software games, the Machine Gun games, all those games having coming to Game Pass day one, it's huge. Because Bethesda, that whole umbrella of studios, they put out a lot of different variety of games. Each of those studios has different talents that they have, so that all those games coming to Game Pass that's a win in itself.
All right, Demigod.
And
Last but not, no, go ahead, Hug. I'm sorry.
when we were talking about it got me 2 months ago now, yeah, when we're like, they picked up all those support studios, and I'm like, if they're picking up all these support studios, that means something big is coming. Look what came. Ew, phrasing. But they got something big out of all that, so now they have all those support studios that can work on the smaller projects, or polish up all Elder Scrolls so we don't have the same bugs that we had back in Morrowind. But we have, it all makes sense now. It's like drawing the strings and putting the pins in the board. It's all coming together, and they were playing us when they're like, "No, we're not gonna do that." They got us.
And with the
Spencer,
with the studios count now, I believe it's 23. But we have to remember as well, a lot of Microsoft studios have multiple teams, right? Some of these studios that they just bought have multiple teams. Playground has multiple teams. So when you look at it in total, this is really like 32 different teams working on games. If you want to be the Netflix of gaming, you gotta, and the fact that we're here that they're not even done, they are taking this Netflix of gaming thing to heart. Honestly, Demi, I'm sorry, brother.
A very big rumor following that up too.
But go ahead on that, brother.
I don't know if y'all been listening, but that Sega thing been coming to fruition. That's been getting huge.
Man, you're going down the rabbit hole with that rumor. I don't believe it, but I believe it when I see it.
If it happens, it happens. But this is huge. This is very huge, and this is huge. I like where this is going, but I would like to see that 7.5 billion into some fresh studios myself. I can't negate the effect of this deal though. Like so many studios, so many talented studios coming out from Bethesda and ZeniMax. And plus we can get another Fallout New Vegas or another Obsidian made Fallout game. Would love to see an Obsidian made Elder Scrolls. That's just me, but I'll take what I can get. But
they just bought the two competitors of each other.
Yes. Definitely want to see what comes to fruition from this also. Only way Sony can come back and like ball out against something like this is they just cop Take-Two. But I would doubt that ever happens.
Good luck with that. That oh my God, that'd be more expensive than Bethesda probably.
It would.
Like that'd be
just having Rockstar alone would be a huge move in itself.
Yeah, definitely. And I think something we have to make sure we're remembering as well is it's not just the studios they're getting. It's the tech, it's the id Tech, right? Imagine having that Halo spinoff we all wanted running under under the id Tech, or Microsoft's big in cloud gaming right now with xCloud, right? Not too long ago, Bethesda and ZeniMax came out with Orion. And they were boasting, hey, we can stream games. Is it Orion? Osiris? Orion? It was something. Something with I think it was Orion. And you know how right now xCloud is 720p 30 frames per second until they update the blades, right? But Orion was saying, hey, we're doing 4K 60 right now. So having that tech as well, this is an incredibly huge deal. But it's something I do want to point on, right? Immediately after we heard this happened, Todd Howard came out and he pretty much sounded like Phil Spencer. It was, we want gamers to play everywhere, no matter what, no matter the controller, no matter the screen size, right? And a lot of people immediately went with, oh, that means these games are going to be on PS5. Me and Miss Click, I'm gonna get your thoughts on this. You know where I went with this? It won't be too long before Game Pass is on Switch. Microsoft and Nintendo are extremely chummy.
You see her face? She's like,
same with
I don't have inside info, so before anybody assumes, I don't know. But they have been getting along pretty well. So I genuinely think that there might be some merit to those rumors that we've heard.
I can see it.
And not to follow, Ori just came out for Switch not too long ago either.
I'm gonna say
like a couple days ago. Yeah. Like that's awesome. Yeah.
A lot of those games on Game Pass ain't even. I can't even imagine them running on the Switch.
Things gonna run terribly.
The Witcher 3 runs on the Switch.
Sure does.
Maybe next year. There's also that rumor for a revised Switch.
We did hear. Yeah.
There you go.
And they did make Crysis run on the Switch. So
Run.
Y'all be nice in the chat. They're like, Click is sus. Voting Click out. Super sus.
No.
Leave her alone.
Dang it. I'm either dead first or I'm next out because I'm not dead first.
The truth. And at least now you don't have that stalker angle going on anymore, because the first time I met you, your camera was like too close to the monitor and looked like a stalker was
right
watching
over
you.
Yeah.
I'm like, whew.
I will
Quick, are you
say,
the killer? Are you the imposter?
uh-oh.
She is.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I surprised myself with how good of an imposter I am. Like,
Well, vote her out. Let's go. Let's go.
All right.
No,
I was trying to stick up for her.
The way to play is you decide who you're going to vote for and announce it before the round even starts. Like, I just
That's
named
true.
two people. I'm like, it's going to be these two, and then we go. And when I'm right, it's amazing because I'm right, and when I'm not right, I'm usually the imposter, and it throws everybody off anyway.
I was gonna say, you're the third imposter, aren't you?
Always.
Shout out to the Tiger King, and chat brought up a good point that if they were to go the Switch route, which once again I wholeheartedly, if you gave me any room to believe in, it'd be this, because, and I don't want to say this to make it sound negative, because it's 100% not. Microsoft doesn't see Nintendo as competition, right? They see them as another platform holder that they can partner with, right? They don't see them as someone.
They're too varied.
Exactly, right. So I can see them saying, "Hey," and it'll be up to Nintendo if they want people to have to log in through Xbox Live through their console. But imagine, because we're here, Game Pass is at 15 million subscribers now, right? Phones is one thing, right? But to have that on the Switch, I would never use xCloud on my phone. Never. Cloud gaming. I would do it on my Switch 9 times out of 10. I would have to remap those buttons, because playing on Switch and Xbox is the most confusing thing ever, because the A and B buttons are in the wrong place. They're in the wrong place. It drives me nuts.
Just switch X and Y around and we'll be all right. But God,
I think Microsoft and Sony doesn't view Nintendo as competition at all, because you ever notice Nintendo's kind of in their own lane, doing their own thing, but still manages to sell more than both at the same time.
Nintendo, man.
And
Animal Crossing was on fire.
That's what you have to love about Nintendo. Really, now, all three console makers are in their own lane. Nintendo has always been in their own space, right? We're going to do something weird. Y'all going to complain. And when it come out, you're going to buy it and say you love it, right? Except for the Wii U. Everything else you're going to love. PlayStation is going to go hard in. We got third-person cinematic titles. We play a game that's like a movie. That's our lane. We stick it in it. Microsoft's lane is now, all right, we got a bunch of studios. Here's a service. Come in here, give us your money, and play as much as you want. Have a
service and power.
So now each console maker has their own lane, and I love it.
And there's something else I've noticed. Not to cut you off, but
no, you're fine.
console exclusivity is now slowly wading away.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's here and there, but
the people online though,
it's going away. Those big PlayStation 4 heavy hitters are coming to PC. So,
you got your hat ready?
Yeah, because you have to eat it. As soon as they announce Ghost of Tsushima on PC, you're going to eat that Scully with the bill.
Mm-hmm.
God of War. It was God of War.
No, it was Ghost of Tsushima.
It was God of War, bro.
It was Ghost of Tsushima.
I gotta go back to the.
I don't think it matters which one, because they're both.
They're both going there. But it was Ghost, and I'm going back to
Scully with the brum.
I think this is what it's going to come down to, right? Because I said this a couple weeks ago with the other guys, is that, obviously before all of this purchase stuff had blown up, is, if we're honest, if PlayStation wanted to come out with their service provided the same way that Xbox provides theirs, they're going to have that service with pretty much the same games plus their exclusives. And I think Microsoft is realizing Sony could just create a service that's universal like us, maybe a little bit different infrastructure. Their funding's going to be a little bit different, but if they dedicated enough time and effort to that, we could be in danger, because now we're like neck and neck for service again. And they have games. So I think by Microsoft acquiring these games, yes, they're not going to be exclusive just to the console. They'll also be on PC. And if we see games from Sony coming over to PC as well, I wouldn't be surprised if Sony rolls out with their service to be more like Xbox Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
But also, it'll be like what we see now with streaming services. We have Disney Plus, we have Hulu, we have Netflix, we have, Amazon Prime, you got HBO. Like, it's all of these different services. So honestly, I'm a PC gamer. Like, if I can play with a mouse and keyboard over a certain game, I will. There are certain games you have to play with controller. That's just the natural way. I love PC for the most part, though. Like, building and upgrading a PC is like cathartic to me. I love it. So I'm happy that if games on PlayStation are gonna come over to PC anyway, I'll just play it there. You know, like that's fine. But if they're gonna bring it over with the service eventually, they'll be more neck and neck again than they are currently right now. And I'm kind of excited if that's what, you know, Sony decided that they wanted to do. I think it's still some time off, but you know, if Microsoft kind of gets that buddy with Nintendo, that's even gonna be a huge deal too. Because again, Nintendo's just kind of like la, 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 and the other guys are like, "Whoa," you know, Nintendo's like, oh, we're gonna have motion controls. Oh, look at us! Like we still
Mario has
crazy
another hat.
time. Yeah, I know, right? We're gonna add Link into freaking Mario Maker, and people are gonna lose their minds about it, you know. And it's just sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I mean, rest in peace, my Wii U. I love it to death, but you know, like they take chances, and it doesn't always pay off. And obviously, there are times it definitely does. So I think it'll be interesting to see what they do in the meantime, and then how Nintendo's gonna fit in with that.
I do think that PlayStation Plus thing that they announced at that Sony event is probably going to be their service, honestly.
They're putting their foot, they're touching the water.
It's starting to look good though, huh? Yeah.
But my thing is, if they do it with that, like it wasn't PS Now supposed to be the thing they kind of built off of. If they do it with that collection thing, it'll essentially kill off PS.
Yeah,
I think they'll take the hit.
Who's? I mean, honestly,
okay.
When you hear people, and of course, we all live in a very small bubble, right? But how often do people say, "Oh man, I can't wait to play this game on PS Now"? Like,
I know.
Well, I know that, but like I'm saying, it's still a service they invested money into, though. So seeing them just kill it off like that,
I think it's like a generation thing too. Like they'll end up kind of refreshing it. But honestly, if Sony was to come out with, "Hey, this is like Game Pass, but ours," and I could play it on PC, like instantly, like no brainer. Like Game Pass is cool, but until I'll probably end up paying for both services. Let's be honest. Like they both win, you know. Like I still want to play whatever Bethesda's next game comes out. Granted, if it's good, but you know, it's like, in reality, like everybody's gonna end up winning from it. You know, if that's what they decided to do. But for me, like honestly, I'm gonna play the games on my PC from Game Pass, and then I'm gonna have my PS5. You know, unless they decided they wanted to bring it to PC, then hey, I'm just gonna sit right here and not have to do anything else.
That's the one subsection of gamers who were not the least bit worried about this merger announcement. Is the PC gamers, because they're like, "Oh, cool beans, more games for me."
I'm sitting here like this
all right.
day.
Yeah, like
just gonna sit here and relax. Just gonna put my feet up because more games to play.
Like you don't have to worry if a game is coming to your platform or not. You're good, no matter what. And then, like I said, we all know, not we all know, but some of us, you know, these PlayStation games are coming to PC. This is a great time to be a PC. I'm sorry. Those new Nvidia cards are like, oh yeah, that 380 is in my range. That 370 is in my range. It's time for me to get rid of this little 1060 laptop I'm on and go ahead and dive in fully. You know what I'm saying? So, if at any time this is and Microsoft don't care about you buying a PC. Sony might care. Microsoft like, yeah, buy a PC, and while you're here, here's Game Pass. Yeah, go buy this Samsung phone. Here's Game Pass, and I'm sure
get this new toaster. Here's Game Pass.
Here's Game Pass.
Now's a good time for like. Now must be a good time for like a quick little update. But my PC's been getting a lot more play than my Switch or my PlayStation.
What have you been playing?
Rut roll, Raggy. Rut roll.
Except for the fact that like if I had gotten this is probably a lie. If I had gotten Avengers on PC, I was going to say I'd be playing that here a lot more, but I heard nobody's playing it on PC, so that's kind of a lie. But if I had a couple homies to play it with, I'd be getting it on PC too.
Everybody got it on PlayStation for Spider-Man.
I was gonna say the Spider-Man exclusive.
I'm everybody.
I got it on Xbox, and it was free. And I got cool cosmetics that I didn't have to pay for.
Spider-Man.
Take that, internet.
Has Spider-Man arrived on Avengers yet?
Nuh-uh.
No.
It's just to come next year.
Also, nobody's playing anymore.
before we completely leave the Bethesda topic behind, did you guys know that apparently the Starfield's going to actually have a brand new engine after
Yep.
God knows how long Bethesda
It had an engine overhaul. Yep.
Yeah.
Engine
That's about
overhaul.
time.
It'll
You
be,
know
it'll
what,
be
though?
Unreal Engine.
Don't knock the Unreal Engine. It's not
Nah,
bad.
Unreal's
I would
good.
prefer it to the Creation Engine. They've been using that since Morrowind.
I would like Microsoft to be breathing in Bethesda's ear when they're like developing Fallout and Elder Scrolls. Like, clean those bugs up over there. Get that
Yeah.
together.
Hey, Phil
But you don't
Spencer
know,
and Microsoft said they will be semi-independent, not fully. So that means Microsoft will be right there. Oh no, fam, this ain't gonna work, baby. What is you doing? Like, you're not
That's
releasing
good,
it.
'cause
Like,
Activision
semi-independent.
hadn't
doing
happened.
quality checks personally.
Yeah, because if
Showing up, he
hadn't
was showing
happened,
up unannounced to the studio.
the next Fallout numbered the next numbered game in the Fallout series, I guarantee you was gonna be made in dreams. Guarantee.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
Listen,
Skyrim
That
feels
being
like it's
said,
made in
though-
dreams.
All-
You feel like eating that hat?
back was
All
flying.
jokes
Back
aside,
was
like,
flying dragons. Jesus.
the banter is fun and all, and it's fun to go back and forth over like whatever your favorite console is. But it's gonna be nice to be able to stop saying Xbox ain't got no games. Cause
Oh, that's over.
Yes.
that died. That died Monday.
It'll be fun to stop saying it. Yeah.
The only way you could possibly spin it and say that is that like they don't really have anything this year, but coming in next year when all these studios start getting those games coming. I mean, realistically, let's be honest, none of these consoles are really launching with anything breathtaking.
Nope.
I mean,
Yeah,
compared
like,
to
they're launching on PS4 too.
Nothing
You know
ever
what I
launches
mean?
with
So,
Exactly.
like,
I-
I'm
but I-
delaying my purchase. I didn't pre-order. I'm just gonna wait.
I will say this. As far as launches go, this is actually one of the strongest launches we've had in a very long time.
Third
You look
party
at all-
wise.
not
That's
just-
true. Yeah.
Yeah, third party one. Like this is a very strong launch for. I mean, compare this launch, like even just PlayStation's launch, compared to PS4's launch.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
It's night and day
Rezo
difference.
gun and
But-
free to plays.
Right, and Killzone, like, and Knack.
Hey.
Bro, I'm sorry, man. Xbox had Titanfall and
We had
Rise,
what?
bro.
What do
Well,
we have?
Titanfall came out in
Warzone.
2014.
I mean, Warframe.
Was it 2014? Yeah, it was.
Don't
Sorry.
knock Warframe either.
I like Warframe, but at the time that PS4 launched, Warframe was not that great a game.
You had Rezo gun,
That's true.
Loadout, Killzone, and like a couple other free to plays, and Knack.
Oh,
Nice,
I forgot
baby.
about game of the generation. I do want to ask our guests one more question
Like a black tiger?
before we move on. So, Miss Click, so we know this Bethesda thing is supposed to be finalized 2021, but for all intents and purposes, it's finalized, right? We got the tease that Doom Eternal's coming to Game Pass. All intents and purposes, it's finalized, right? Satya Nadella came out and said that they're not done purchasing studios. At what point would you begin to get worried that Microsoft may be a little bit too money happy? If they can say, you know what? Ubisoft, you're ours now. We own you. And they buy Ubisoft.
That would be massive.
Oh,
Hold
you
on.
would.
Like at some point, you
have
get
to buy into
worried,
the
like
Canadian government for that.
you're like worried at some point, like, Microsoft may be getting too big.
So this is my thing. I'm also approaching this a little bit of like Microsoft has hurt me and my friends a little bit before with the whole Mixer thing.
Yes.
You know, they have proven to invest a lot of money, drive a lot of hype, not necessarily fulfill through with it properly, whether that's through upholding the service or upholding the marketing needed to kind of drive the service. You can't just buy big names and then not really deliver beyond that. And that's exactly what we saw with Mixer. Not many changes were made after those names. Like they were just hoping that the big names were going to be enough to bring it over. Or maybe they just thought it was going to raise the stock a little bit more, you know, so they could raise the price and sell it for a little bit more than what it was worth. For me,
True.
if they bought more, which, you know, there are a couple people who've already alluded to, we're obviously, not done with all the news. I would say I'm going to be cautious for now. I think from them going to like, oh, poor Microsoft. Now it's like, whoa, I just need to see them actually deliver on it. Like now it actually comes down to them walking the actual walk. Like you can't just like be like, oh yeah, we bought Bethesda. And if they don't have as any good games come out that aren't really worth their time anymore, or they come out with the games and they're not good at all, Like, man, you just wasted all that money and you ruined the potential, you know? Like, we still haven't even got a good Banjo. Like, Nintendo's treating Banjo better than poor Banjo is getting treated by his own parents. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think again, it could be good for competition. I think it'd be mind-blowing, but you got to actually do stuff with what you acquire.
Yes.
You can't just like cash out and then be like, "Oh, well, see ya. You could go stream to Facebook now. You know, you can be a Facebook partner."
Yep.
Yeah? Screw Twitch. You can be a Facebook partner. And it's like, no one wants to stream to Facebook, dude. Like, sorry if you stream to Facebook, anybody here, but
No one
you
streams to
don't have to
Facebook.
apologize.
You brought up Banjo, and Banjo's one of those franchises to where if they were to bring it back, I guarantee you it's on Switch day one along with Xbox Game Pass. Like, I can see them saying, you know what, Nintendo? You know, because, I mean, when they put Banjo in Smash,
is doing all the advertising.
Yes.
Yeah.
all the advertisement is done already. Just bring the game out.
All those reaction videos, free commercial. Just people are like, here, you can have my advertisement for free.
Because I'm sure, because we did, me and Hugger just did a interview with Delilah Studios, which we'll be releasing this weekend, by the way. Oh, and by the way, they gave us like a bunch of codes for us to give out of Battletoads. They might want to play Battletoads, so we'll be giving out a bunch of Battletoads codes. But we did a interview with Delilah, and one of the things that was in there that we talked about was how they became to be the studio that does, you know, Battletoads. And I don't want to get into it because I'm waiting for the interview releases, but there's a studio, I guarantee you, if Rare doesn't want to be the studio that does it, that's wanting to do it. And all they have to do is have Rare there, whether it's somebody at Nintendo, and have Rare come together, make the game, and put it out. People want Banjo. Just let it happen. I want to Conquer, personally. I would love another
Absolutely.
Conquer.
We'll never see that IP touched again.
Yeah.
Nah, like I would like to see Conquer written by Matt Stone and Trey Parker.
Yeah.
We'll never see that touched. We'll never see that touched though. It's like they're afraid
Killed
of
that dream.
that IP personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
Conquer is not allowed to release in this day and age. Everyone gets offended by it.
Oh yeah, they would. Oh my God!
Oh, that's
Imagine
their
a
damn problem.
imagine a
with it.
Peggy rating on that game. Jesus.
That'll be AO.
All right. Any final thoughts on
did
this?
bring-
Oh yeah, go ahead. You got it.
You did bring up a good point. Is now they have this stuff. What are you gonna do with it? And if we see in a year they close a studio down, that's when we need to start being like, okay, what are you doing? Because you're buying all these studios and you just shut one down in less than a year. What's going on here, Microsoft?
Microsoft buys EA.
We got. I mean, I
Microsoft
wouldn't
buys
touch EA with a
PlayStation.
10-foot pole. No, because then you get a monopoly, and then that's even worse.
That's
Because
true.
what Microsoft says goes.
I was gonna say somebody put Activision out of its misery, but I'd be scared if someone acquired Activision.
Yeah.
They've ruined my Blizzard, man. They've ruined it.
Oh, we don't talk about that.
Everybody's got a phone, right?
Yeah, you got a phone, right? Oh, that was the most ignorant statement somebody could have said.
Yeah, I have a phone about to throw it at you, though.
Well,
So,
Todd
let me
Howard
ask
once
this.
says it just works. It just
Yeah.
works.
Oh yeah, it just
It just works.
These leather bags aren't leather, but they're bags.
The bags, definitely.
They do.
So
I
let me
think
ask this
Microsoft
question.
isn't gonna buy Sega. I think they're gonna partner with Sega because tonight, at least for it's 9 p.m. here, the Tokyo Game Show is gonna be on, and Xbox is opening the Tokyo Game Show for the first time in its
The
history.
president just left Sega too, so I'm very curious on what's going on here.
Well, Xbox did say
Yeah.
today that there will be no acquisition talks at Tokyo Game Show. It's just about creators, Japanese creators, and showing love to them and their Minecraft section and other stuff. They already confirmed no acquisition talks at Tokyo Game Show. That's been
We love
confirmed.
Minecraft in this house.
Soundboard? What are you doing?
Minecraft.
Where's that
That's
coming? Who's
Demi
doing
being
that?
weird.
Minecraft.
Demi.
Minecraft.
Me and Demi love
consistent.
Minecraft, man.
I thought it was a soundboard. Like we were like, wait, we should.
Minecraft.
I've
Got a
always,
loop board in the back.
I've always wanted a soundboard in this podcast, but Hugger won't let me.
No,
Oh no,
what
you
are
go.
doing?
Talking about.
No.
You know what?
No.
I'm gonna go ahead and start a new podcast just to do a soundboard. Just
So let
to
me
have-
Okay,
ask this
good.
question: who could Sony buy that'll be on the same level of this Microsoft Bethesda deal?
They can't because they bought a whole publisher.
Yeah,
I don't see Sony paying 7.5, not even close to that kind of price.
At one
They
point,
didn't just buy one studio; they bought an entire publisher. They
Remember,
took
Okay,
them out
but
of
hypothetically, if they could
Sony
buy
was
somebody,
trying to buy
who
ZeniMax.
could they?
That was the
Sony was trying to buy ZeniMax. They were in the bidding. They were in the running.
Man, I don't know. I think it'd almost be smart if they could buy something that's like popular in Japan or something, because they're struggling out there.
Yeah.
I would say Take-Two.
Good luck.
Take
You cut out what?
bruh.
Take Two.
Take-Two.
I'm saying,
Take Two.
figuratively speaking, if they could buy anybody any amount of money, Take-Two would be the one to buy.
And just think about what's under that umbrella. That's oh my
Yeah.
god.
Exactly.
I think the more
Rockstar and 2K alone.
I think the more realistic play would be something like an EA. Because I mean, what is EA really doing? Their Rocket Arena was trash.
EA buys up studios and then shuts them down.
Rocket Arena was
Sure.
trash. I'm so glad I didn't buy that freaking game.
I think
Garbage.
they're still working on like their service games like Apex and stuff right now with Respawn. So
Yeah, they're really
Yes.
relying on those.
yeah.
Or you know another studio they could. I mean, obviously they're not going to do it now, but if it was still on the table, Warner Brothers would an equally as big thing. They would literally corner the market on superhero games.
Yeah, that'd be a big potential right
They
there.
would.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm surprised Sony hasn't like tried to snatch up From Software.
They don't want to be
As-
bought.
As,
That would be big.
He's made that very clear. He's like, nope, don't want to.
That's what they all say, and then they come back with
That's
a bigger
true.
wad the next
And
time.
they
You know what I
see
mean?
that $7
That's
true. That for
billion
Ninja Theory.
check, and they're like, hey,
Then
you
everyone
know what?
says,
Maybe it's
"You
selling not so
you
bad."
sold out." I would sell out too. I said it before.
Man, you gotta make that bread. You gotta
Let's
secure
Keep
the
it
bag.
open.
Yeah.
See how long it takes to make Elden Ring. So
People
God.
we
get
need some
mad.
funding halfway through.
What's that?
Oh yeah.
get mad
A
at
long
things
time
selling
ago, there was a game announced.
Hey, before we move on,
think-
let's give away a copy of Battletoads on Steam. Easy way to enter.
All right.
Just type in
Battletoads.
Battletoads level 1, and we'll pull someone
Battletoads.
randomly. Before, yeah,
And if you work for us, you are
Battletoads.
automatically disqualified.
it's gonna be a Steam code. Let's do a Steam code
See what
first.
she doing there?
Battletoads.
Battletoads LV1.
Battletoads.
Freaking
I see
Baron.
Baron's
Hey,
already put his shit in.
So
Battletoads.
You can't. You work for us.
Baron,
now.
oh my God. So another thing that happened this week and last week was we finally were able, some of us were able to pre-order.
If you
No,
start
what that
that
was
lab
about.
cam, I'm outta here.
Bro, I'm not trying to do the lab cam, bro. Like, I don't know.
That's for the only pans.
That's for my only
Listen,
pants.
listen, I'm so mad I couldn't get a single console, bro. I couldn't get one. I couldn't get nothing.
All right, man.
So you
just
want to
wait.
be that alpha tester? Okay.
I was ranting on Twitter. I was upset. I made a video, 2 videos. I just went to sleep angrily. Woke up, ate some bread, walked around
He's
my
in
house
bed
like,
like
let me
this.
pre-order something.
Yeah. I ain't mad, man. I'll let other people be the alpha testers, because we also know Canada likes to get screwed over. So,
Yeah,
pound,
I was
pound.
trying to flex.
Canada's not even real. What are you talking about?
I know, we're just like 5 hockey rinks surrounded by bears, so.
Right. You say we, but if you were really Canadian, your head would be doing this.
And yet, the
Shut up,
Dallas
Dallas.
Stars and a team from Florida are the ones facing off for the Stanley Cup right now. Let that sink in, Canadians.
Wait, Lightning?
Oh
No.
my goodness,
Yeah.
Florida.
Nah, Lightning's gonna choke. We always choke.
Yes. Go
We
Stars.
always choke. We just,
I think it's
yeah,
1-1 right now.
Sorry. Okay, yeah,
What's
so
up?
we never got to the
Control.
point, but did anyone in this panel
There was a
have any luck trying to pre-order? Because every time I saw one was live, within 30 seconds it was down. Websites wasn't working. Did anyone here get a chance to pre-order a
I
console?
almost
both.
had one at Sam's Club.
You got both. How did you pull that off, Meek?
Well, when the PlayStation 1 went live, like early, when the one started rolling out early, Amazon said that they were going to roll theirs out like tomorrow. So I figured, well, maybe they'll do it at midnight. And sure enough, they opened up at midnight. I already had the page up. Xbox one, because like what was it? Best Buy and Amazon were like really delayed from their time. So when Jeff Keighley tweeted out that like they were going to go live shortly, and Wario64, I mean, shout out to him because he is legendary with these links as far as pre-orders go. Had had a link directly to Amazon, and if the page came up, you could literally just keep refreshing it until it came up. So that's why I got the Xbox.
Hugger. Oh, she walked away from me. I was trying to get this stuff in here for this. There she go. Hey, welcome back. Hey, I need you to take. I need you to take over so I can get these names inside this thing for this random winner. So you got.
Hugger does that every time we start talking about.
I saw that.
Every time we start talking about buying something within 6 months of its release, Hugger take off on us.
I had to change my ISO on my camera. You bitter. Nope.
Bitter face.
Okay.
What were we talking about? I'm sorry. I was
the pre-order debacle.
Oh, yeah. Who's waiting and who's getting it like within 6 months? Because Dallas likes to give me that arbitrary number.
He does.
Y'all know my thing. Whenever I'm able to comfortably pick one up, and that's it. Like I would like to get one as soon as possible, but I'm not in so much of a rush that I'm about to like knock out an old lady for a pre-order ticket or something like that. As soon as I'm able to walk into a store and buy one and walk back out and go home, that's when I get it.
Well, you can walk into a store now? Can't do that in Canada. Nobody puts their masks on anymore.
Yeah, people are gonna jump you and cough on you, Dallas. Watch out.
Yeah.
If a good
So
measure.
Dallas, just let me know what day you're gonna pick it up. I might come visit Texas for some reason, you know?
I mean,
Okay,
how about
fly
this?
down,
Look,
beat you up, fly back home for your console.
I mean, you gotta be able to fight. I mean, I understand you're a black belt, but like, you.
I got a
Hey,
ski mask on
remember,
right now.
I'm short. I'm short. I'm right at penis punching height. So
What? Oh, wow.
Wow.
You're short. No. Do you honestly? I would have thought you were like close to 6 foot.
no, I'm like 5'1".
I mean, her name is
I'm
the floor
taller than
hugger.
you. Yo.
You're taller than me. I'm a little
Yeah,
Oompa
she
Loompa
penis
over
punching
here.
height. You guys go watch out. Bow, bow, right, left.
Bow,
Oh, no.
right there.
Oh,
Right
just
in
a
the
tick.
bits, man.
Just
Right in the kisser.
I'm just gonna be running with a Nerf gun.
Right
I'm
in the
like,
kisser. Right in the kisser.
Can you see me down there though? Like you gotta aim down and look down. You gonna trip over something, boy.
I have impeccable
I'm sorry,
aim
Chad.
in real life. Maybe
Wow.
not in the game, but in real life, I have really good aim. So
Ugh,
Uh-oh.
I don't know about that. Anybody else excited? Whatever pre-order crap. What you getting?
Honestly, I because, and it's not. I'm not trying to be funny when I say this. Because of Spider-Man coming on PS4, I was like, yeah, I don't need a PS5 like right now. I plan on getting one in the next couple of months, maybe the next 3-4 months. And with Xbox, it was almost the same thing. I was going to buy the Series S only because it's only $300, right? It's hard to like, it's this $300, right? So I was like, yeah, I'll do that. And I tried.
write
and
that baby off.
I couldn't. I mean, it never went up on Amazon. It never went up on Amazon at all. I was heated about that. Never went up on Amazon, and everywhere else was at the moment. And I think it's crap that both Microsoft and Sony had extremely limited quantities for all of them in general, but mainly for the discless versions of their consoles. There were few and far between. Even if you go to stores,
Yeah, I ain't like that.
they'll say, "Hey, we have 8 Xbox One X's and 2 Xbox Series S's." Like, I'm sorry, why? You would think that people, especially people trying to buy this stuff as gifts, parents, uncles, brothers, uncle, grandpas, are going to want to spend $300
uncle
over
brothers.
uncle brothers.
sometimes they be.
Or trying to spend $300 instead of
From the
$500, but they didn't have. They had very few quantities, period. But the disc-less versions were so small, and I don't understand that.
Hey, Sony and Microsoft was smart for that. They was like, all right, we see you want these versions. Get the pricier versions, though. Y'all go get those versions.
Mhm.
I can see
I mean,
that.
that's what they want.
Oh,
I'm mad. I couldn't get nothing. Nathan.
Nathan.
Nothing at
Once I saw
all.
the pri- hell?
I was refreshing every day.
but hey, if,
Once I saw the price of the Nvidia cards, I was like, "No, I'm gonna wait."
Hey, listen, we already
Hall
run
of
masks.
Fame,
We already run masks. All you need is some black Air Forces
Listen, I was finna ski
and a
mask
water
up.
gun.
I got the forces on right now.
Hey, run up on you trying to get your pre-order and take somebody for their money. We already run a mask. They don't know. Is that Miss Click? Miss Click, that you?
See, she's sus,
Make
man.
some weird banshee noise and they'll believe you.
I saw
talking
event.
about
I saw
cats.
event.
Yeah.
I saw event.
So sus.
Ugh.
They gotta be losing money on the 300 version. I mean, probably not losing money, but not making money.
But it
as
wasn't
much
just
as
the
they could if you
consoles
just
though.
buy.
Look at the 380. Some stores had like two
Ugh.
380s and it was lines around the block.
All the bots hit this. All the bots hit everything.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No,
Nani?
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Somebody go ahead.
The only person making money off hardware sales is Nintendo. Okay, everybody else loses money on their hardware sales because they invest to get the top of the line and everything that they can, and then they sell it for as low a price as they can. They make their money back when you buy their games.
Can you find a Nintendo right now? Because the Nintendos are selling out just like their new consoles.
The all access was sold out, bro. How?
I honestly think that they're betting on kind of the tide turning around with digital coming in. They're going to be saving money in the long run with those games. Like if they're charging $60 to $70 for a game, and if anything, it's getting cheaper for them to distribute because they're not having to pay for physical cases or anything for at least. I mean, I feel like it's safe to say that a lot of people are going to buy the digital only version.
Whack.
I don't know if it'll be half, which
Whack.
to me, I still would like, to have my physical version. I love being able to buy the physical games and be like, yo, you gotta try Horizon.
That's
or you
my
gotta try God
girl.
of War. And
Yes,
then,
indeed.
like, I love that. I love that. Like, oh, that reminds me, someone still has Ghost. Anyways, I gotta give that back. It's been gone too long. It's just, I feel like, they in a way, they are kind of predicting of, I think part of them, they're kind of like, ooh, can we get away with a $70 price tag without the physical, And I think that'll kind of hit like a new spearhead at a certain point where people are like, hold up a minute. What are we going to do about returns, trades, or shares if it's all digital? And B, if devs and game quality isn't necessarily, like, if they aren't getting paid more with the $70 price tag, where is the $70 going to? You know what I mean? Like, I think we're going to kind of hit a point. Because, like, if devs got paid more, I'd pay $80 a game. Like, shoot, like, poor things, like the amount of horror stories you hear from some of these companies, like if that's what it was going to, like yeah, of course, but granted, like come on, that's not gonna happen. So it's like, yeah, I feel like kind of betting on having the games be more expensive, but they're not having to pay for that middleman of having like even just a case with a code in it. It doesn't even have to be a disc anymore, So I don't know, I could be wrong, but I think that's what they're kind of planning to prepare for the future of digital.
And you know me, I love physical because play PC, I do a lot of emulation.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Shut up. Modern vintage gamer, he's right on that emulation side with me, and there's quite a few games. Frogware right now is going through it, that their games are getting unlisted, or they're in that weird, like when Vivendi was buying up a lot of studios, and then Vivendi sold off a lot of properties, but nobody owns the properties, but you can't buy the games anymore. So it's like, if you have the physical disc, you never have to worry about that, and you can dump it for other people to play. Just saying.
Word to Scott Pilgrim.
Oh yeah. No One Lives Forever 1 and 2, Contract Jack, great games that are in that weird Vivendi era.
Wow.
I want my consoles, man.
Sorry, I was reading. I can't see.
We just had a weird, like, awkward moment of silence. What we praying for?
I want my consoles, man. God.
I was trying to read. I don't want my glasses.
Hey, man, like I said, this is the time. The main reason I'm not stressing this console is because I want to build my PC. I can't.
That's fine, bro. But I want my consoles, man.
Yeah.
I can't stress a Series X when eventually I'm gonna get this PC. So I'm like, that's why I wanted the S. The S is convenient, $300 cheap. I can still get the 120 frames, but I can't stress the X because my PC will be my X, if that makes any sort of sense at all. But that's
I'll
just
get a PS5 for collection's sake, but that's it.
I don't know. Like
Both
I,
of
I
them.
I
Somebody
would
go.
enjoy playing everything. I enjoy being around every. Like I can't. I don't see a console at this point in life, especially a PlayStation console, being unimportant to me.
Ouya. He said any console that's not important. Ouya's not important.
No, he said
No,
any
I-
PlayStation console.
I don't see. Yeah,
PlayStation
I don't see my PlayStation not being important.
That's why I was
to me
like, where the
until
hell
they
did the
start-
Ouya come from?
I just wanted to slander
I
somebody.
see what you tried to do there. I see what you tried to
I
do.
want to slander
And-
somebody. Usually Ouya or like Stadia. Somebody's getting slandered. And we ain't slandered
It needs
nobody
Stadia
today.
deserves it though.
You know what, though? It's gonna come a point where like there's nothing we really can slander. Like at some point, if all goes well, every platform will have games that everybody wants to play, and like we'll have to find something new to roast.
Oh, don't tell that to the
It'll probably
netizens,
be-
man.
I'll just be playing games, man. I'll be all right.
I'm sorry, we can't not roast something. That's just part of life. It's just part of life.
Hairlines.
Whoa.
Stick the hairline. Not your hairline. I didn't say. Did I say your hairline?
Dang.
No.
Now, what was
I
the first person everybody was gonna look at when you said that?
Exactly.
We could roast last names. Matt Booty. Probably the nicest man ever, but like, my guy.
Booty.
He's probably super nice because he got bullied hard.
Oh,
growing
yeah.
up.
That's true.
Ha,
I mean-
your name's Booty.
Poor guy. But at the same time,
Imagine,
you came into an industry full of grown-ass children. What did you think was gonna happen?
Imagine if he's the kind of person though that finds it funnier than anyone. Like every time somebody's like, "Ha, booty," he's like, "Ha, I know, right?" Oh my god!
Then you better be telling me a good joke after that.
Every time
For
he reads
real.
her name,
Hey.
it's like writes his
At least
signature.
At least his first name wasn't like Dixon or something. So
Dixon booty.
imagine your parents naming you that, dude.
Your parents did not like you.
Parents
either.
hated you from the beginning.
Your parents were toked up, man.
I should have left you on the couch.
Damn.
Sorry.
Jesus.
All of the consoles, man.
Oh my.
All right, guys. It's time for
So what happened
suggestions.
to us?
Fame.
Wait, what happened to us? Why
What
am I the
happened?
only one on screen? Y'all left me alone
Yeah, I was
in the
about
dark.
to say that.
Like, I'm alone in the dark.
Oh,
Doing the brain
wow.
trust.
I don't know.
His name was Richard, and his middle name was N. Like his middle name was. I started with an N. Oh my god.
No.
I don't know what happened.
Dixon Booty, bruh.
I'm telling you, I don't know if y'all ever heard the story of me meeting this dude named Dick Eaton.
No.
Okay.
No.
I feel
That was
like
literally his name. That was really was his name.
Shut the podcast down.
he is the imposter.
Dallas is the
He
imposter.
Thanos'd us away.
Dallas is the imposter.
So I'm gonna
Dallas
work
got
on
the
these
real
boxes.
sauce.
I'm gonna work
Parker
on
did
these
it.
boxes.
For the one time, I
That's
actually didn't.
It was her. I believe it.
I'm innocent in this. Usually, when something bad is happening on screen,
Mm-hmm.
it is me dropping like a nasty ass meme. But tonight, not me.
I don't know how
I think
you're
when
acting
something
real
bad
sus. I
happens,
saw
it
your
means
reactor.
Dreamcast guy is near because he
My
brings
memes have been
technical
very
difficulties.
tame this episode. Super tame.
I'm tame because I'm tired.
I saw your reactor, and now you're in O2. That's sus.
That's. I know. I'm sorry, Captain, but you have to do what you gotta do.
All right, we got Miss Click
Man, I
back.
don't
That's
know.
one. I don't
First time I
know.
met
That's the
Floor over
important one.
here. First time I met Floor, she was over here sharing like freaking toe tacos and toenails.
What?
And y'all was talking about toenail tacos. Don't try to put that on me.
See, I'm just trying to be a
I'm just
wholesome
gonna
man
go.
and talk about how much I want
I'm
my
gonna go,
consoles, and y'all sharing toe tacos.
Minecraft.
I just like to send that to Dreamcast every like 3 months and be like, hey, what about
Man.
toenail tacos?
You hit us with
Listen.
some of the worst memes we seen
Listen.
on here. Like I had to pull out something from the depths of hell.
Listen, we saw Dreamcast guy naked. Okay, we saw him bald headed and naked.
It's true.
So
No,
look,
What is this?
because people gonna say we saw strong, and that's not the case.
we saw him bald headed and naked. That happened.
Y'all saw some
Titties out and everything.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that
Y'all saw
happened.
Y'all saw
People
the
saw
building
joystick.
blocks
That's
on
not the
Minecraft.
case.
I tell people our post content is some of the best content ever, and that happened post show with Dreamcast guy, and it was hilarious.
Please
Yeah,
tell me you
like,
kept
"Whoa,
the
girls
stuff
going
for
wild."
receipts. Yeah.
I know we.
He'll admit it.
It was so quick.
Oh, he totally will. I'm like, oh yeah, man. I was
He's
just like, this.
this girl's been texting me, whips his shirt off, and he's gone. I'm like, what just happened?
I'm so glad I
Uh,
wasn't there.
Oh snap! It's crazy.
Oh, you
He-
would have died.
I mean, he's not a player. He just crushed a lot.
I fire up that Minecraft and keep it moving.
All right, Hugger, you want to start suggestions? I'm gonna finish these boxes up.
What about the giveaway before?
Oh yeah.
Or do you want to do that
All right.
after?
I can let me run it right now.
And the winner is
These nuts.
Matt Fall. Matt Fall, you still in here?
Matt!
Let us.
I woke my cat up. Sorry, bub.
That's how I can tell the children are getting tired when they start making jokes like this.
Matt Fall. Matt Fall, you still in here, brother? Let us know because you
where
want.
you at?
What's up with your camera, bro?
He's here.
It keeps. I don't know. I think because it broke. All right, Matt Fall. Make sure you follow the Level 1 Gaming Twitter handle, and I will send you your Steam code for Battletoads.
And the Delilah interview will go up this weekend, and we will give more away.
But we got a bunch more to give away. A lot more to give away.
Ooh.
Battletoads.
Battletoads.
Anyway. Let's get into these outros. So Miss Click, I told you before, give us a suggestion for a movie, TV show, game, and tell the people where they can find you and who you are as a person, deep down in your soul. Let's get into it.
Wow. Group therapy. Wait, does it have to be one for each or just something that I just highly recommend? Like I've been spending my time with.
Yeah.
Either or.
Whatever you feel.
So
Yes.
I recently started watching. First off, thank you for having me. I had a blast.
Awesome.
Time flew by, but we recently started watching Raised by Wolves. It's a show from HBO, I believe, and it's like it's a post-apocalyptic, but it's like they it's programmed androids that like bring children back to Earth or like to a inhabitable planet, and like it's androids trying to raise human children to basically like repopulate the Earth. And it's just total like science fiction, and it's awesome. But it's directed by Ridley Scott. So it's him and his brother. It's great. So I think it launches in 2 episodes at a time, so it's not like week by week necessarily, like 1 episode at a time, and it's also not like binge, Netflix style right out. So it's like 2 episodes a week. I feel like it's a decent like compromise, but no, it's really good. I highly recommend it because it's so unique. I feel like for post-apocalyptic takes, highly recommend it. Raised by Wolves. Yeah, and then I mean that's pretty much it. Other than just if you're playing games, just stream them, y'all. Just stream them.
Just stream them.
Not wrong.
Why not just stream Forehead? Like, come on. Anyways, but yeah, you can find me anywhere on YouTube. You can find me at Click Gaming, or I'm live almost every day on Twitch at MissClick_live. Would love to see you guys there, hang out, chat, and play some games together.
Awesome. The man that entertains us all with the clamps looking sexy flexy in his Dallas jersey. What you got for us this week?
Well, thank you for noticing. Shoot, I took this entire week off work, and really all I've done is sleep and try and catch up on my gaming backlog. So I think I'm finally going to finish Spider-Man tonight. After that, I've got God of War and Horizon Zero Dawn next on the list because my backlog is very, very PlayStation heavy.
Wait, you haven't played it?
I've played like halfway through them, and then I stop, and then I go back to playing things
Same.
on my PC, and I never go back.
Oh my god.
I have
Understandable.
terrible game ADD. It's awful.
Oh my god.
Especially when it's on a console
You can
compared to
just
your
call
PC.
me Snips, Demi. We know each other well enough.
Oh
Hey.
my snips.
Oh, my sniffs.
But yeah, man. So I'm kind of working on that. So that's my recommendation for y'all: is go back and finish your dang backlogs. Okay, find time to do it. Like me, be a champion of gaming justice. And aside from that, that's really it. That's all I got for you guys. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, but that gaming justice. It's like, okay, Captain America. All
Yeah.
we need is that black and white picture of,
Whoa.
special bits. We don't talk about Captain America's dingus on this show, do we?
I've
No.
successfully avoided it, so
So
you
far.
can
So far.
describe it to me. No,
Saw
I'm
it.
kidding.
Saw it too much. I was like, please
You don't regret
stop.
it. Let's be honest. That's America's dick. Come on.
That was, yeah.
Oh my
That was
God.
America's dick. This podcast will also be on Anchor, Spotify, and Apple, whatever their stuff is. So after this, you can
iTunes.
listen to it on
Yeah.
your drive home.
It'll be
iTunes,
there.
yeah. Let's see. Meek, what you got for us?
I don't have anything too much different on the gaming front. I've been kind of just playing through same couple games I've been playing. But on Netflix, there is I believe it's Korean zombie film. It's called
Kingdom?
#Alive. No, it's basically about a kid stuck in his apartment by himself while the world goes to hell around him. Like a zombie virus breaks out and stuff like that.
Me right now?
Yeah, pretty much. I believe it is dubbed. So, for you that don't know how to read or don't like to read your movies. But yeah, it's actually really good. It's honestly, has the same like zombie quality as like Train to Busan. So if you like those movies, then yeah, definitely recommend that one.
Yes, family-friendly Miss Click did say that's America's dick.
Listen, hey, I'm just quoting. It was a quote, all right?
What's a quote? Anyway, Demiculus, the god himself. What do you got for us this week?
I got 3 recommendations. So I want to give a big shout out to the Quantum Astrophysicists Guild. Nice indie studio. They'll supply me with the code for this game called Breakout, which is, think of Geometry Wars on crack, but with like a weapon in your hand, and it's just getting intensive on a rhythm scale. It's really good, really good. So Breakout, I got it for Steam, but it will be out on Switch soon. So keep a lookout for that because that's really good.
It's a rhythm game?
Yeah, it's a rhythm twin stick game.
Yeah. Heck
Dude,
yeah, I love
I totally
rhythm
thought
games.
you were talking about like an actual group of scientists for a moment, and I was like,
That's their name,
okay.
Quantum
I
Astrophysicists.
was like, I didn't see this going that direction, but hey, all
They've
right.
been pretty good to level 1.
Yeah, they're nice people. They put me on the back scale of things. But movie wise, I got nothing movie wise, but I do have anime. Seraph of the End. A deadly disease hits Japan, and vampires are seeking out humans to drain them of their blood, but humans are fighting back against the vampires.
Can't
all
y'all watch
nifty
something
post-apocalyptic.
nice for once?
There is another one I have too.
Goblin Slayer.
The Great Pretender. It's jazzy. It's fantastic. It's stylistic. A guy is scamming everybody across the world. So if you like to scam and steal, your show right up your alley. It's on Netflix. 14 episodes. Treat yourself nice.
Treat yourself nice. DALLAZ.
Man.
What you got for us?
Let me see. Well, I spent probably the past week really playing a whole bunch of demos from like PAX Online. So I'll tell you one to watch out for, a couple to watch out for. There's this one called Dreamscaper that I think is pretty dope. I'm not into anything remotely roguelike, but or I wasn't, but lately for some reason I've been playing more roguelites and I've been getting into them. So this is one of those games that's like half like Hand of Fate, half Persona. So while you're asleep, you're doing the dungeon crawling, and when you wake up, you do like the social link stuff that gets you better weapons for the dungeon crawling while you sleep. I'd also say look out for No Place for Bravery. It's sort of a pixel art Souls-like, and when I say pixel art, I mean like the fluid animation of like Hyper Light Drifter. So it's like it's that, and it's super dope. What happened? What you do?
I think I figured out why I keep losing everybody, because you're the only one on the screen again.
Dallas.
I know what
Stop
happened.
it.
I'm only bringing back Miss Click. Everybody else gonna stay in oblivion.
Okay.
So so yeah, it's one of those, and I think it's going to be super dope. And why did I look up right there?
Right.
I think it's gonna be super dope, and the music in it is really good. So much so that I'm about to flip a sample from it. So, the interview for those developers is coming pretty soon. Glitch Factory is what they call it. And I'm probably gonna drop like a bit of whatever beat I sample from that song. So, Definitely look out for that. Anime wise, let's see. I haven't been watching anime a lot lately, but I would definitely say Big O if I haven't said that before. And if I have, you need to watch it anyway. It's basically like Batman with a giant robot.
Oh, we
Like-
know what the Big O is.
Yo, y'all
See, now I'm
are.
not-
See what you started, Miss Click? You see what you started. You're going to bring out the real 2XP. You see what you started.
I knew y'all couldn't be good for
Look
it.
at her. Look, she's.
I knew y'all couldn't be good.
She's like- Anyway, Big O.
Oh, this is dope. Snips, you dumb. No, but yeah, Big O is a dope anime. Not that kind of anime.
Mhm.
Hugger.
I didn't.
And
Wasn't me.
game wise, so I already said those little demos, but I also think that you should go back into your childhood and play Def Jam Fight for New York just because it was dope. And that's it.
Same. Did I get to you?
No, but I only have one suggestion this week. And I bring it up. What the heck?
Bye.
Is that?
Yes, Tammy.
Bye. Have a great time.
I bring it up because my brother Nicodemus X is about to hit 100,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel, and I'm super proud of him. Before he was What You Gotta Say, he was the king of indies, and he really got me into indie games back in the day. And one of the games I just reviewed recently is Bounty Battle. If you're into indie games, Bounty Battle is actually a indie fighting game. So think about a lot of your favorite indie games, from Dead Cells to Owlboy to, I love Battle Chasers Night War. I love that game. It's a fighter game for indie games. So that game is super dope. I have a review for it up on the website. Definitely check the game out if you are into those indie titles.
Mm-hmm. And the one you guys have all been waiting for, not anime, I would say go watch Meng Kui Shishen. It's called The Adorable Food Goddess. It came out in 2018. If you like Food Wars and you just like to look at beautifully animated food, go watch it. For a movie, Nightingale. Now, it's a story of revenge. It's kind of heavy. It's not going to be a satisfying movie because it's a tale of revenge, but it doesn't leave you feeling good like, oh, I got revenge, but not really. I don't know where to watch. I think you can watch it on Hulu. And for games, I would say go play Dishonored 2 because that's what I've been playing. And I just started restreaming Mass Effect 1, and oh god, is that game ugly.
Don't slander Mass Effect 1, okay?
I love Mass Effect. It is,
No, you can't.
like,
Accept
Casey,
it,
if you're listening.
Accept that it came out in its own time, okay? You can't
you
compare
know
it to
why
what
I'm
things look like
accepting it
now.
came out? I'm accepting that it came out, and I'm accepting that it looks the way it does because of the rumors of the remaster. And that's why I'm like, I want to play this and see what they do, because there's a lot that needs to be improved in a remaster. And I just don't want to be like, oh yeah, I haven't played this in like 5 years. This is a great remaster. No, I'm going to hold them to task if they're actually doing what they're supposed to do.
Just
And I'm
fix the
looking at
makeup
you,
controls.
Crisis. Ooh.
Real stuff. Funniest thing about watching Hugger stream the original Mass Effect is watching her comment on Shepard's crouch walk.
Oh, the crouch walk, man. It was like I thought Andromeda's little crouching thing was bad.
She was like, "No, the
So
knees."
The knees. Look at the top of the knee. But yeah, go play Dishonored 2 or Mass Effect 1. Mass Effect 1 is hella cheap. Before they remaster it and jack up the
Think
price, because you
I'm,
know EA do.
Wait, isn't all this, isn't it with Game Pass now?
I think I'm
Mass
pass
Effect
on
1
the
is not on
Nightingale
Game Pass.
because Tale of Revenge don't feel me satisfied. Might as well just go play The Last of Us 2 again. That's the case.
Oh, damn,
Bang, bang.
Demi.
I shot you down, bang bang. You
But I'm
hit the ground.
gonna stick with that because The Last of Us 2 left a not great feeling in my body. Like, God, terrible.
You know what? You're not wrong, but damn. But you're also somebody that doesn't like Horizon Zero Dawn, so I don't know if I can trust you.
Shameful.
Horizon Zero Yawn.
Whoa. Time out,
You
Bucko.
don't make Fame flip
Hey,
out,
y'all
man. You
remember
better
when gaming
chill.
used to be cool?
He used to be.
Yeah.
Go
No,
play
I
a
don't
better
remember
game
that.
called Near Automata. Do yourself
Near Automata is
Not a-
you need
it's
to
not
play
a
it
better
like
game.
14 times.
Near Automata.
Not a
is
better
fine.
game.
And you do need to play it 14, 15 times,
Yeah.
but you will
Okay.
enjoy
a
every
better
time.
game.
Listen, I played Nier for the first time. Was it this year? I don't remember. This is all a blur. Listen, I'm just gonna say people
It's
tend to
longest 10
overhype.
years.
People overhyped that game a little bit
Oh,
for
no.
me.
Oh,
I'm
no.
not
See,
gonna
I
lie.
love her
no.
even
A
more.
little bit.
No, it's not
Thank
overhyped.
you.
Listen, it's a beautiful game. I'm making a video on it because there are multiple things I realize I need to delicately touch because
yeah.
a lot of people love
Delicately
their
touching Captain
a
America.
lot of people love their stiletto heeled android very much.
I do.
Yeah, it's a little
Yeah.
ridiculous.
People
Oh, you
love
mean
their
Tubei? Are we
waifus.
referring to Tubei?
No.
Yeah, people love their
Please don't.
waifus very much, and I don't want to step on toes, but I'm gonna have to step on toes.
And we
They
gotta
would
talk
love
about
if
Some-
she
it's
stepped on her
okay.
toes.
There's just as
Day
many
two.
people out there who are into stepping on toes.
Hey, Dallas, Tubei is not a thing,
yeah.
but Bayloy is like.
Oh my god.
They're both the thing. See, why do people think that only one thing can be good at a time?
Because it is. Bayloy is like.
See, you know, when you guys are
how you get
talking
views, man.
this, I don't want judgment whenever I talk about, oh, I like this anime. Dallas, when I told you I like Queen's Blade, you judged me for like a week.
No, I didn't
But you
judge
should
you. I
judge
said
for
I
Queen's
wasn't
Blade.
surprised.
Listen, there was a point in this
Judgment
podcast.
came from within. Right.
We can say this because there was a point in this podcast where Captain America's penis was brought up. Okay? So, we can.
And it wasn't.
I'm glad I
Look,
missed
man,
that one.
look, that's fine because the women need something to talk about also. But we're not gonna sit here and just
Yo.
act like Horizon was this great game. I'm standing 10 toes.
Horizon was a great game.
It was a great
I think
game.
they're
game.
both.
Yeah.
I think they're both good games. I'm just saying
That's true.
the way people sell Nier is a little bit different than how they sell Horizon, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Maybe it's because I feel like Nier came out at a very rough year. That
Oh
rhymed,
god,
but
that was a rough
like
year.
yeah, like poor Nier got like gypped out of so many things because it was like so many heavy hitters. You know what I mean?
Yo,
And
go
it's
make
just-
good games.
my heart just broke hearing that. It is a good game. I just, I feel like because people want it to get the recognition that they feel it deserves, I think sometimes people are like, yo, you gotta play, you gotta look up her skirt at least this many times to get the achievement. And I'm like, all right, bro.
I'm not gonna lie.
All right.
It's better when people don't tell you
I
that
feel
stuff.
dirty
though.
doing that. I kind of just like looked away from the screen, like God.
Oh, sure you did.
It's better when people don't tell you that stuff.
Yeah,
I feel like
like-
if somebody's playing
You
Nier
can't
Automata
be.
for the first time,
You capping,
Like-
damn it.
just give them the game
Yeah.
and tell them they have to beat it more than once. Don't tell them how many times. Don't give too much more information. Just
It's
say,
only-
here's
it's
the
only-
game.
I
It's
think
only
play
People
multiple
know
times,
by
though.
now, though. You need
No,
to do
okay,
multiple
so
runs.
I avoided it.
But
I
that's
literally
the
played in
point.
like
That's all you should
January.
know.
People told me there are multiple endings, but I thought what was gonna happen is when you beat the game, it's gonna reset like back before a certain save point, and then you make a different decision. Some people are like, haha, on to part 2, and I'm like, wait, what?
Wait, what?
And one of the
And they're like,
endings
it's
requires
basically
a
the
save.
same thing, but not. And I'm like,
Yeah.
man. And they're like,
But it's not.
It's like
I'll-
Persona 5.
is that how it is? I haven't played Persona,
Persona
yet
5.
either.
About
It's on my back.
No,
backlog.
Persona 5 is just 500
I'm
hours
only
into
going to
one
see,
playthrough.
No,
Only
you can't put 500 hours into one playthrough because it's the second or third playthrough that you get to meet the Grim Reaper, which is like the 1% trophy that you need to get.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you know.
And it's,
I'm
ca-
gonna
it's
let you know,
I
I'm
say
gonna
do 2 playthroughs just because you have to do 2 playthroughs.
Mm-hmm. Because you
Listen.
won't get everything on the. It's like Persona 4. You won't get everything on the first one.
You
Look, sirs and ma'ams, I bought my bad Persona 5 day 1, and I still haven't beat it.
I
I'm
haven't,
waiting
and
for
I
it
haven't
on
played
PC
it.
now.
It's an amazing game. I really do like it, but
I'm
it's
the
just
games are
Persona
fun.
5,
They are
and I'm
really
working
fun.
on Royale right now, so
Mm.
I
I'm
just-
doing
I
it
don't
again.
have that kind of time anymore, man. Like I'm struggling
You
to
think,
finish
and then
these
you're like, oh,
15, 20 hour
I
campaign
love
games.
turn-based RPGs. Like it's just
Yeah,
it's my cup of tea. But
I didn't even get to finish 3 Houses, which is like what 180 for
That's
all the
pretty long,
playthroughs.
yeah.
So I know for a fact, like I've kind of been putting off starting Persona because I know once I do, it's gonna be like a relationship.
It's a
Okay.
commitment, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm
I'm
going.
selfish right now. I need to focus on me.
Okay, I'm just gonna say it. Games where they make you
Calculated.
play the whole game over again for a certain ending is lazy. I'm just gonna say it.
No,
Stop doing
no,
that.
no, not in the case of Nier. It's a different thing.
No, give me the whole story
No.
the first time.
You don't give me the option to save.
People who say what Fame just said have too short an attention span.
You just didn't look up her skirt enough times, okay?
Hey, I'm just saying.
I look.
Like, hey, yeah, our game you can play it for 400 hours, but it's really like 6 hours.
Do I want
Isn't this
to?
what gamers want? You
No,
to have a complete
No.
It's not exactly the same thing over and over the way you thinking it is.
I think if it was more drastically different, I could
Yes.
understand it. But I feel like there were a lot of elements where it was literally just like the same cutscene. That I feel like if they had changed like even just the camera angle or like certain things were Easter eggs that you could only see on one version, like that to me, you know, versus just like the ending being kind of the same, you know, with like a little additional. It was good. Don't get me wrong.
Character in Nier that has like one of the saddest endings out of everybody.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think a
man.
good game that did the justified 2 or 3 playthroughs, ironically, is Dishonored. You do the high chaos, Dunwall is a mess. You do the low chaos, somehow Dunwall is still a mess, but not quite as bad. Get 2 playthroughs out of it. Yeah, it's not the longest game, but still, if you want to play the way you want to play, it takes forever.
Deus
I'm
Ex
that
having two
dude
playthroughs
who's-
was pretty good too.
I'm that dude who's beaten like Knights of the Old Republic and Mass Effect 2 like 30 times each, and I do full Renegade or Dark Side playthroughs every time. Every single time. I never change
I mean,
any
you gotta.
decision. I'm like, nope, force lightning this guy.
I'm a
Force choke
paragon.
that guy. Push this guy off the building. Every time. I have to. It's in my nature.
It's nice to know that I have evil people on this podcast.
You say what?
Nice to know I have evil folk on this podcast that only do dark side playthroughs.
Yeah,
Have we
well,
ever said
maybe
we
you
don't?
should also look at the memes you post when nice people
House
aren't here and you don't have to
Slytherin
pretend,
here.
okay?
Miss Click.
Look,
I'm gonna be honest with you, Miss Click. It's so bad that we created a new chat. That's how bad the
We had some
memes
bad
were.
memes.
My memes, I don't know about you
It was
guys.
like the memes we were dropping on Spawn with like 10 times worse sometimes, and I'm like,
Y'all are
oh,
degenerates.
I don't
show
know about
that?
you guys. My memes are okay.
Yeah.
And
Your
then
memes
and
are
then
not okay.
that one time it got weird when we had Dreamcast guy and he posted a picture of himself like a girl and was like, "Oh man, you kind of cute, bro."
Not even surprised. Not even surprised.
My memes are okay. You guys are sick.
I think Dallas has the worst memes, bro.
Dallas
I-
has
but
the worst.
I only
All
ever send them
y'all
to the two of
are
y'all.
really awful.
Nah, Dallas,
The worst
you
ones I
fan-
sent to the
you
two of
fan
y'all just to mess with y'all.
Look, if we scroll up far enough, all of y'all are no. Mm-mm.
Every now and then, Fame come out with something that just makes everybody say, "Let's end the podcast."
I just go too far sometimes. That's all. That's
you
all.
do. You don't know when to stop.
Listen,
You guys are
listen. This
But
was
that's requirement is that it be funny, and that's it. No other requirements. I don't have to fit into some type of censorship bubble. I just have to be funny.
Yes, you do, because we're not Netflix posting minor stuff. So
whoa.
move on with
You
that
know what I-
censorship
shout out-
stuff.
Okay, look.
Shout
I've
out
never
to
posted anything like that.
Shout,
Don't say that at the end of my statement like I ever posted something. Don't do it.
Yo,
Don't do
I
it.
mean, I could scroll through.
Yo, before we leave,
Wow.
shout out to Matt Fall that says a Dreamcast thirst trap. I gotta find that. We're gonna pull that picture up for y'all to see. It was hilarious. But I want to say this was one hell of a show, Miss Click. We would love for you to come back
Thank you.
again with us and rock with us and have some fun with us. You were one hell of a guest, and
I'm gonna
we
follow
appreciate
on
you.
the Twitters.
We appreciate you coming out and rocking
You
with
guys
us.
were a blast. Yeah, thank you for letting me vibe with y'all. I had fun.
We
He's
aight.
never coming back.
We're gonna get these outros going.
Please.
The man to my right, the man with the clamps, Citizen Snips.
Thanks for coming by, everybody. It was a lot of fun. Miss Click, thanks for stopping by. It was good having you.
course.
I'm glad you could make the heathens behave. For an hour and a half.
Me?
So,
Oh god.
Behave is a bit of a stretch.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it was a good show. I feel like I'm excited to see what else is coming. I don't know. I feel like all these big things keep happening in gaming. Surely there's going to have a slow week coming, but I don't know. Will it be this next week? Who knows? But yeah, thanks for stopping by, everybody. Twitter, everything should be underneath my name right there on the screen. So come follow if you don't already, and check us out at lv1gaming.com.
My sister and my co-host, my other co-host for Take Two, the Floor Hugger.
What's up, y'all? I'm glad Miss Click came and hung out with us for a bit. She's never coming back. She's just like, no,
Please.
I'm done with y'all. Y'all are strange.
No, I
Got to
love
talk
it.
about some good stuff. Tonight, we're not going to cover it because I want to go to sleep. The Xbox game show, Tokyo Game Show, is going to be on. We'll probably talk about it tomorrow, Fame.
Yep.
Maybe?
Yep.
All right. Don't do anything bad, you guys, because I will hear about it, and then I'll have to beat you. Good night.
Dallas man. Man with the plan.
Man. I had fun allegedly. This was cool.
Allegedly.
This was cool. And it usually is cool because, you know, our guests sometimes don't know that we full of it. They sometimes don't know that we kind of whack. So I think it's great. I think it's great just sitting here and watching the look on their face when that moment that they get it. It's amazing. And so, will Miss Click come back to see us? I don't know. Will Kugger ever
in
stop
next
talking
time.
about Captain America's flagpole? Find out next
Nope.
time. Dragon Ball Z. Like,
Can answer that right now. Nope.
Hey, she ain't a lady if she ain't 180. Demigod.
Yo, Kotaro makes good games. But what's going on, folks?
Minecraft.
Reviews here. I have been away for some time. I should be coming back in the booth either tomorrow or Friday. You can follow me on everything: Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. Demigod Reviews. Review for No Straight Rose is going to be finished up tonight, probably out in the morning on level1gaming.com. So
You-
be on the lookout.
And I also will look forward to you streaming Atlas. Halo to the King.
Thank you for Miss Clicks for coming out to our podcast. Unfortunately, we'll never be seeing you again. It's always good to hang out with these guys every week, man. Honestly, these are some of the coolest people I've ever met in my life, and I love sharing a panel with them every single week. So yeah, we'll catch you guys later.
Don't get all sentimental now, man. God.
Last but definitely not least, our guest of the evening, the wonderful, the great Miss Click.
No, I feel bad. I feel like I already did the intro. I feel like I did the intro or an outro where I was not supposed to do an outro. My bad. I just
Talk
socially
about
You're
yourself
fine.
all the time.
You're fine.
God, sub. That's all I got. Nah, Miss Click Gaming, or you can just search for Miss Click. I'm pretty sure. There's some weird stuff. Like you type in Miss Click, and then it's like some weird auto
That sneezing
like
thing.
fill things. There's like Miss Click feet, Miss Click
What?
armpits. I don't know. Just you can type in Miss Click. I'm there.
You better be monetizing
I
that,
guess.
you know?
Only
Throw a little
pants
something.
Only cans.
I'm just yeah. I actually kind of want to know the story behind this.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
tell
will.
me. No, but for real, thanks for having me. I had a blast, and who knows? Maybe I'll work with the courage to come back and suffer through this again. No, I'm kidding. I had fun. It was great.
Hey, today was one hell of a episode. I want to say you guys once again, congratulations. You guys leveled up to 126. This was the Double XP podcast. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Nothing. I'm good.
Okay. Let me. Congratulations, you guys leveled up to 126. This was the Double XP podcast. Remember, get audio gaming news from level1gaming.com. There's news, reviews, opinion pieces going up daily, and also don't forget tomorrow is Take Two podcast level 5. Make sure you guys come out and rock with us once again. It's been real, and we out.
Annyeong.
Annyeong.